Let's talk about a really powerful idea today. What if you could train your mind to be more focused, more disciplined, kind of like an AI? And I'm not talking about just gritting your teeth and using more willpower. No, I'm talking about building a smart system that does the heavy lifting for you.
So let me ask you something, and be honest. Do you ever find yourself just waiting for that spark of motivation to hit before you actually start doing the important stuff? If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you that whole approach is kind of backwards? And this is where it gets really interesting. See, the typical human model is all about emotion driving action. We have to feel like it first. But the AI model, it completely flips the script. An AI doesn't have feelings, it has a system. It follows the process, and that system is what leads directly to action every single time. So let's just call it what it is. Our approach to motivation is broken. This whole idea of waiting for the right feeling to show up, it's just not a reliable strategy, right? It's like trying to plan a road trip, but waiting for all the traffic lights to be green before you leave the house. It's just never gonna happen. This one sentence pretty much sums up the trap we all fall into. It sounds so logical, but really it makes our progress a hostage to our moods. Our goals become this passenger just along for the ride, completely at the mercy of our emotional whims. Okay, so what's the fix? Well, we need to learn to think a little more like an AI. Now, this isn't about turning into some unfeeling robot, not at all. It's about being smarter. It's about building a system for yourself that works whether you're feeling on top of the world or just kinda blah. This right here is the absolute key. The reason AI is so consistent is because its performance isn't tied to inspiration. It's tied to a well-designed system. And when we borrow that idea, we can build a foundation for our own discipline that doesn't just fall apart on an off day. So what does it actually mean to think like an AI? Well, first, you start treating your mind like something you can train, like a learning model. Second, you start building in loops for input and feedback so you can get better and better. And third, and this is the big one, you realize you can actually change the parameters, the habits and the routines of your own brain. And the end goal of all of this is to build your own mental architecture. It's such a cool term, right? It just means you are consciously, intentionally designing the habits, the attention filters, and the reward systems that will guide your brain where you want it to go, almost on autopilot. Now, I know this might be sounding a little abstract, but what's amazing is that it's all based on some pretty solid neuroscience. Our brains are already built for this kind of thing. We just have to learn how to use the blueprint. Check this out. Your brain literally has neurons that act like little traffic directors, actively telling distractions to take a hike. And when you really focus, your neurons start firing in sync, which cranks up the signal of what you're working on and tunes out all the noise. You're literally shifting your brain out of its default daydreamy mode into a high-performance state. And here is the best part. Your brain's wiring isn't set in stone. It's plastic. That means, just like a muscle, the circuits you use for focus get stronger every single time you use them. So by creating a system, you are physically rewiring our brain to be better at concentrating. How cool is that? Okay, so that's the why. Now let's get into the how. We're going to walk through a really practical 5-step framework to build this system for yourself. You can think of it as installing a new operating system for your focus. So here are the 5 pieces. 1. Filter your inputs. Turn off the notifications, clean your desk, quiet the noise. 2. Design your cues. Set up clear triggers that tell your brain it's time to work. 3. Create feedback loops, something as simple as a checklist to see your progress. 4. Calibrate your rewards. Link a small, immediate reward to a finished session. And finally, number 5, regular system updates. You got to tweak the system to keep it working for you. And here's a perfect, super simple example of how this all plugs together. The cue, sit down at your desk at 8 a.m. The routine, just 25 minutes of focused work. The feedback, a simple check mark on a piece of paper. And the reward, you get that cup of coffee, but only after you've racked up 4 of those check marks. It's simple, it's clear, and it absolutely works. Now, here's a really critical tip. This is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Your system has to evolve. Just like an AI model gets retrained with new data to get smarter, you have to look at your protocol and adjust it. If something's not clicking, change it. So, after all this, what's the big payoff? Well, it's way more than just getting more stuff done. It's about a complete upgrade to how you think about productivity and growth. If you only remember one thing from our time together, please let it be this. With a system in place, motivation is no longer the thing you have to wait for. Instead, it becomes a side effect of taking action. It's what you get after you start, not what you need before you start. And what happens is you kickstart this incredible upward spiral. Your disciplined system leads to actual progress, and seeing that progress creates real, genuine motivation. Then, that success starts to change how you see yourself. You're no longer a person who procrastinates, you're a person who focuses. And slowly, the struggle to choose focus over distraction just gets easier.
At the end of the day, what this all does is put you firmly in the driver's seat of your own mind. You're no longer just reacting to whatever your brain feels like doing. You are the architect, actively and intentionally building the mind you want.
So here's my challenge to you. Don't just file this away as a neat idea. Try it. Just for 1 week. Design one simple cue, commit to one 25-minute focus session each day, track it, and give yourself a little reward. That's it. Just see what happens. This whole idea isn't about becoming less human. It's about building a better, smarter system to help you achieve your very human goals. So I'll leave you with this question. You are the architect. What are you going to build?